Okay, hi. In this video, I gotta stand up because I'm a little bit injured. I'll see how long I can last, but I can maybe kneel on this. And I'm gonna show you how I do my improvising. It's all I do. It's all I do, yo. So it's all about a key. It's all about a key. What is a key? A key is all the notes that you can play that sound good. Um, it's basically how many sharps and flats are in the scale and the chords. So the chord is just 6 strings or 4 strings or 5 strings or 3 notes on the piano that go at intervals: major third, minor third, and then a fifth. And they all the same way. Every time you can start a chord from any note, just as long as you remember to keep the same sharps and flats. So it's all about the sharps and flats, right? So it's all about the sharps and flats. And the simplest key is A minor. Each minor key is the same thing as a major key, separated by a third. So for example, A, B, C. So A minor is C major, right? And A minor or C major means there are no sharps or flats. On a piano, it would be just the white keys. So any chord you play is only the white keys, and all the scale is just the white keys. That's A minor, C major, okay? There are only 2 other scales I play in on a guitar. Because a guitar is harder than a piano. Because a guitar, you can't see where the sharps and flats are. On a piano, the black keys are the sharps and the flats, so you can see where they are. On a guitar, it's a lot harder, so it's harder to memorize more scales. So I only use 3. I use the A minor and the C major, which is 1. I use when there's 1 sharp. The first sharp is F sharp. F sharp is G major or E minor. Okay? G major or E minor. E, F, G. E minor, F, G major. And then the last scale I use is when there is 1 flat. B flat is the first flat. And that is D minor or F major. D, E, F. D, E, F. So F major or D minor is B flat. Okay? Now, here's the thing. On a guitar, no matter what key you pick, here's a cool thing. No matter what key you pick, A minor, C major, E minor, G major, or D minor, F major, no sharps or flats, F sharp or B flat, they all have the same shape. They all have the same shape, but they start at different positions along, they just shifted. So there's 12 keys you can pick, starting here, 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 here. Because this is an E, and this is an E, and they repeat. So E starts here, E starts here, and then these going up here are the exact same as these down here, just 1 octave higher. So in between here and here is all the different 12 scales that can exist. And each scale has the same shapes, just they start at different positions along the neck. However, I still only stick to those 3 because I know where they start. So I know where those 3 start. Now, The first shape I ever memorized is, I don't know what's called. They're called like Ionion, Lorian, Pythagorean. You know, they got names for each different shape. There's 7 of them. I just called it minor, major, modified minor. So there's 3 that you can do for all your soloing. The first is the regular minor, okay? And for A minor, you got to start on the A. So if this is E, A starts at 5. So A starts at 5. So at 5, it's like this. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 1, 2, 4. 1, 3, 4. That's the minor scale. And you practice it by going up and down. Okay? And then the other thing you can practice is 4 notes and 3 notes. So 3 notes. And 4 notes. Sorry, I'm standing up. That's the minor. And then you got this exact same shape is another type of minor. It's so close to it. And if we're starting on 5, that's for the D minor scale, not the A minor, the D minor. And it's the same thing except this, instead of 1, 3, is 1, 2. So it goes like this. Okay? That's the D minor. So I memorized that one, where it is in each scale, and the A minor, so those 2. And then you have the major. The major is right next to the minor, so it's easy to remember because it's right next to it. So if A minor was like this, then on this note, that's where the major is, and it's like this. So I got that's the major, and the minor's next to it, and then somewhere else far away is that other minor. So in the A minor, you just play these 2. In the D minor, you got the modified minor, and then the major is on the D, which is the next minor is on the D minor, which is on the 10th fret. And then so the major would be up here on F, so up here. So you don't use that one. So you only use 2 positions for every scale because there's so much ground to cover. So you only use 2 positions for each scale. The minor, the modified minor, or the major. Now I have memorized, there's 7. You can start, you don't do 12. You don't do 12 because remember, you're skipping some notes. You're not playing every note. You're only playing 7. From here to here, each scale is only 7 notes. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then back to A. So there's only 7 notes that you play from here to here on this string. That means I taught you 3 positions. There are 7 positions. I have memorized all 7, but that takes a lot of time. And even when I forget, go back to just those main 3, or whichever one I happen to remember at the time. And then that's all you got to do. There are chords in each scale. Like I said, you just got to remember if it's the same thing, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But you just got to know for which key. Is it A minor? Is it A major? C minor, C major. So that's where the sharps and the flats are. So G major, G minor. So some keys you play a G major. Some keys you need to play a G minor instead. So what you do for C major, somebody's playing the chords. if you play a solo in those chords, it will sound like it fits beautifully. Now, what you need to solo is rhythm. So how do you stay on rhythm? One thing I do is I start off on one note, just on one note. So, and only playing the notes in that position. So if we're doing A minor, I have to start on this finger because this is my strongest finger. So I go like this. And I start off my melody on this note. Now I do a trick, a hammer on, and a pull off. So I go. So I go like this. But then I can't end like that. I can't go like this. I need some more oomph for the next beat. So I play this note again. So I go. So I go. And then I do a slide. So I go. And then a pull off. So. And then after I do my slide, so I do my hammer on, pull off, slide, pull off. And then I'm not done there. I need to stay on beat. So I need to play a couple of more notes. So I just play the notes. So. And then to keep it going, to not be quiet, I just play that note again to stay in rhythm. And then I move down the scale. And then I do the same thing. And then instead of sliding, I do a vibrato. So, and then I move to a completely new note. And I go up the scale. And then do some vibrato. And then I play the note again and again to stay in beat. Hammer on, pull off. And then I go up the scale. So just hammer on, pull off, slide, play the note twice, add vibrato. Okay? It's just hammer on, pull off, and then play an extra note. Hammer, pull off, play an extra note. And the trick is with this hand, you want to alternate between these two fingers. So it's like. Okay? So, and that's how you solo. And you never run out of ideas. You're using these two fingers. You're doing a hammer on, pull off, slide, note, 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 vibrato, repeat the note to stay on beat. Move to a new note, a couple on the next string lower, go up the scale. Do, 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 do. Hammer on, pull off, do, 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 vibrato. Repeat the note. Go down a couple of notes. Hammer on, pull off, slide up the scale. Add the extra notes. Slide, vibrato. Hammer on, pull off, go down the scale. Repeat the notes to stay on beat so you catch the rhythm. Dun 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 dun. Okay, that was my tutorial. That's all you need to know. And then after you play a lot in one position, you move to a new position. Now I played everything on that one position, the minor one. But you got 7 of them you can memorize and you can move towards. And remember, always alternating between these two fingers. Okay? I'm really injured. I busted my ass giving this lesson. So I hope you learn it. And I'm going to go heal my ass a bit. Peace.